Good day. This is Chaplain Sparrow, ready to set sail with two more poems by Maureen Aldrich. This one is called What is Truth? My wife begged me to let him go. Don't harm that holy prophet standing before you. Jesus is truly an innocent man. I had a terrible dream this morning. Something evil is going to happen. As if I, Pontius Pilate, would listen to any woman. He sacrileged your God, the priests intoned. The crowd's blood lust unloosed. The dusty square was crammed close with cutthroats and curiosity seekers. Kill him! Kill him! Voices clamored, as if they had any authority over me and Caesar's law. A skinny fellow, Jesus seemed quite harmless. Yet the priests grew increasingly incensed. I asked him, "Are you truly the Son of God?" He ignored my authority, and I grew fearful of a riot. "I wash my hands of you," I angrily announced. As if I, Pontius Pilate, could wash away my own pride. "Crucify him," I commanded my Roman soldiers. I blamed the Pharisee elders for his death, whereas I executed him to protect myself. "What is truth?" I spat out in desperation, as if sophistry could mask my guilt for killing a guileless God. This one is called 3 in the Afternoon. I cocked my ear, heard a low rumble of thunder. It's some kind of a Jewish feast tomorrow. And then there's this triple crucifixion today. A centurion am I, in command of 100 soldiers who must dispatch the prisoners to their deaths, keep the mob quieted, send them home for supper. It's 3 in the afternoon, as I reckon it, and all of a sudden it's turned quite gloomy. The sky a pretty blue this morning, now overcast. It looks as if rain might be headed this way. I need to hurry things up, get them moving. I'm in command. If it's going to rain, I must move the dead bodies out of sight before day ends. It may be just a political ploy, a nod to the mob, but it's one that Pilate wisely takes care to provide. It costs him nothing, but no doubt prevents trouble. I'd best send 2 guards now to finish forever. These 2 thieves nailed to the cross over there. In between rises of King of the Jews, as he's called, I admit to being curious about all those tales I've heard. And so I decided to take that prisoner for myself, an unpresupposing fellow, just an ordinary Jew. A bit beat up. Somebody must have crowned him with a braided thread of thorns. A bloody joke, that. Looked nothing like a Messiah. All beat up he was. I had intended to break his bones, finish him off. But when I came close, I could see he breathed no longer. I glanced over, saw his mother dressed in a blue mantle, standing in the mud, placed slightly to the side of his cross, looking as much the worse for wear as her son. I felt sorry for her. Erect and motionless did she stand. Not a tear she shed, but stared straight ahead. I put aside my mallet, went to Lance his side so I could check if he were alive, but then breathed a sigh of relief to see blood and water stream out. He was dead already, which meant I was excused from further pummeling of his body, right in front of his poor, grieving mother. She's had enough, I thought, and nodded to her as I turned to leave. I was startled when a swath of brilliant flashes streaked across the black sky with a thunderclap, loud, and rocked the very ground I stood on. Almost immediately, an earthquake shook the center city. The sun had quit the sky by then, and it was dark as I'd ever seen. I felt goosebumps on my arms, noted cries of terror from the dwindling crowd. I gazed back at the mother and her son in wonder. Truly, I said aloud, this man was the Son of God. For I knew in my bones and in my heart that he was who he said he was.